Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. I'm Precious S. Carter. Thank you so much for joining me again. And before we go any further, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and go ahead and turn on your notification bell so you can know the next time that I drop content. I try to do it really regularly. Um, so again, I'm Precious S. Carter. If you want to know more about me, go ahead and watch the first video that I put on here. It gave a really good introduction to who I am and why I do what I do. You can also visit my website, preciousscarter.com, or you can visit me on social media at Precious S. Carter. I'm usually on Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn the most. Okay, so thank you so much. I appreciate all of your support. I appreciate all of your inboxes. I'd like to ask that if you go ahead and leave me a comment, because that'll help me grow my community and reach other people who might want to know my content, okay? I still appreciate your emails and your inboxes, and please continue to do that. But also leave me some comments down below, okay? Thank you. So today I want to talk about goal setting because it's something that I work with. Obviously, like I'm a coach, so I'm always working on a goal or a set of goal or a life vision with one of my clients or in my group coaching program. So I'm going to go over that because I've learned that people really don't do a good job at keeping their goals in mind and reaching them because they forget about them unless, they have somebody or something to remind them. So I just want to share some things that I do to help me keep my goals in mind. Aside from like I'm a coach, but I also have coaches. So what a goal is, it's an object or it's an object of ambition. It is something that you want for the future. It's an aim or it's a desired result. And so, each year we come up with New Year's resolutions, right? And they are usually categorized into three areas. One is health. And so people usually set goals around their exercise, eating healthier, losing weight, or sleeping better. The second one is finances. That's a really big one. People usually work on saving, making a big purchase, cleaning up their credit, or setting a budget because a lot of people don't have a budget. Like I know I didn't have a budget. If I'm honest, I still don't. Like I'm really not strict with budgeting. So if I'm honest, like that is a goal that I probably should add, but I've never added it as a goal, honestly. Um, and then the other category is self improvement. So people usually want to learn something, so that's their education. They want to have better relationships. They want to get rid of toxic relationships, so they want to have better relationship boundaries. And they want to do things like travel more or, be bolder or, you know, um, start a business or like something personal, something about their personal development. And so in January, we start off really, really strong. Like we're all at the gym, we're all writing journals, we're all saving money, and we're like, no, I can't go out to eat. We're all drinking, like we're all doing all of these things. And it's really good for like 2 weeks because January 1st is like, nope, that's when my diet's going to start. That's when I'm going to stop going out. That's when I'm going to do all these things. And then by January 14th, you're like, okay, girl, maybe just this one time. And then, like, by February, you did it. Like, whatever it is that you said you weren't going to do, you did it. And then by March, you're just doing it. And you have totally forgotten what it is that you wanted to do. And most times, like, you can go to the gym all by yourself in March because people forgot their goals. So, I'm going to do a series on goals. It's not going to be on goal setting. It's not going to be on keeping goals. It's just going to go through just my process of of goals and keeping them in mind and even setting them. So today I am going to talk about how I actually go about setting a goal. Like I don't just pick something random. I don't know why I'm fidgety, but I don't just pick something random as far as a goal. Like I don't like I want to lose 50 pounds. I want to save $10,000. I don't do that. What I do is I actually start with what I want my next year to look like holistically, like from what time I want to wake up in the morning to what time I want to go to bed, what I want to do throughout the day, how much time I want to spend with my kids, how much time I want to spend with my husband, how many times a week I want to go out to eat. Like, I get really specific. So I'm going to share with you, like, one goal that I had last year going into 2019. I'm going to share, like, I'm just going to talk about a financial goal that I had. And I'm going to share with you briefly, like, a snippet from my journal, how I came up with it. So I'm going to look down because I'm actually going to have to read this. So my journal starts, this coming year, I want to have peace of mind when it comes to finances. Soon I plan to take the leap and leave corporate America. I don't want to be stressful to my family nor to myself when I start to work for myself. So when I walk away, I want to have a sales system in place that I'm already generating consistent income. I realize that I may not immediately replace my salary, so I'll need to have money saved. When I wake, okay, I'm not going to go any further. So just looking at the first few sentences that I wrote, you can see some things. Like, I could have pulled out how I'm going to have peace of mind. Like, I could have pulled out what does peace of mind look like to me, because that would have been what I did next. I'm not going to get unfocused because I'm going to talk about my financial goals. So the one thing that I pointed out in this particular area is that I don't want to be stressful to my family nor to myself. And I realized that I might not replace my salary immediately, so I will need to save. So just with that kind of two things that I pulled out, I was like, well, what do I need to do in order to, like, have some peace financially? Like, what do I need to do in order to not be stressed out when I walk away from my job? And so I knew that I needed to save. That's actually a part of what I wrote. But I didn't know, like, exactly how much I needed to save. And so instead of just, like, picking some random number, like, some people will just say, I want to save $5,000 or I want to save $10,000. Well, $5,000 or $10,000 would not really do anything for me because, like, we got bills. So what I did was I started to research some. Do I have that book over here? I don't. So I started to research some financial advisors that I actually trust. And for me, I ended up going with Dave Ramsey because we had decided last year, we had decided that last year. So from 2018 going into 2019, we had decided that we were going to take financial peace. So we used Dave Ramsey. I used Dave Ramsey as kind of the guideline by which I selected my goal. So I selected my goal of wanting to have 3 months of my expenses into a savings account. So for me, that was X, right? And the reason that I did that is because if I were to have randomly picked $5,000 or $10,000, it wouldn't have meant anything to me because $5,000 or $10,000, like, they don't really do anything for me. Like, but prior to, like, me implementing this new system, I would have just done that. I would have been like, well, $10,000 sounds good for me to have into, like, this savings account that we can access. Because, we have savings that we can't easily access, for a purpose, setting up for retirement. But $10,000 sounds like a good number to have in savings, right? But in actuality, it really would not have meant anything to me. It wouldn't have meant that I could or couldn't do something that I can or can't do now. But when I put it into the terms of what I decided to save, and I keep saying I because my husband leaves me in charge of the finances. We do talk about them a lot more now, but he does leave me in charge of them. So the reason that we decided X, what our number is because it is meaningful to me, right? And so one thing that I've learned is that if you actually think about the goal instead of just randomly picking a goal, the meaning behind it will help you stay focused on it when a distraction comes. And so I wanted to spend, like, when I walk away from corporate America permanently, I wanted to spend my life in peace. Like I wanted to not be stressed about, like, are our bills going to get paid? Is my husband going to be stressed out? What if he loses his job? Could we manage it, until I start making, my same salary? What would it take for us to do this at least for a couple of months? Because if nothing else, I can always go back to work. Like I'm a nurse. So like I can always go back to work. But for me to find something that I actually like, it might take me a couple of months, but no more than that. So, I had to decide, like, how do I want to spend my life? Do I want to be worried about, well, what if Luther loses his job? Like, are we going to be okay? Like, will I have to immediately go back to work, or can I still stay focused? And a number like 5,000 or 10,000, because it didn't have any actual value attached to me. I'm not saying that my number is more or less than 5,000, right? Or 10,000. But what I am saying is that number didn't have anything attached to me. But if I say $12, that is my specific goal that I wanted to reach, to have 3 months in savings. It means more to me. And so I have more of a reason to stay focused on it. And I think that that's really, really important in setting goals. So I want us to get away from just randomly picking a goal because everybody else is doing it, or because it's what society says we should do, or because my mama said it. You know what I mean? Because and even for me, like, there are different financial advisors who I could have listened to. I don't know if like every financial advisor says 3 months to start, because actually Dave says 3 months to start. And that's a good goal for me to start. I don't know if everybody says that or not. I don't care, because once I have decided that this is the person whose mat I'm going to follow, then that is the path that I'm going to go on. Because if I start getting information from different resources, then I'll become confused. And then a confused mind is just like, it's not very productive. It's not very, it's not focused, and it doesn't really do much well. So I'm going to stop there, because I really want you guys to go back, look through whatever your resolutions were for the year, and get specific with them. And then ask yourself why you chose that resolution, whatever it is. Just pick one for the purpose of going through these next few videos with me, just so you can get like a clear picture on how to pick your goal. So tonight, take some time, pull out a journal, and just write out what you want your life to look like. Like, what time do you want to wake up in the morning? What do you want to do when you wake up in the morning? Do you want to wake up and start talking to people right away, or do you want to wake up earlier than your family so that you can have some time for, personal development, or just to clear your mind, or just to ease your thoughts, or write down your dreams from the night before? Do you want to have coffee before you see anybody? What do you want to wear? What clothes do you see in your closet? How do they fit your body? What does your body need to look like in order for you to feel comfortable in them? What do you need to do to get your body, like, you know what I mean? So start to really like write out what it is that you want. Do you want to go on any vacations this year? Do you want to go to the beach, or do you want to go on a cruise, or do you want to go skiing? Like, start to write that stuff out. For me, like, journaling is something that's very therapeutic for me. If you want to journal with me, you can join my Facebook group, Purpose Pursuers. I do journal prompts weekly. Journaling is something that I take very seriously, and I take my time on, because it helps me to set my goals, and it helps me to write down the things that I'm going to do to achieve my goals. And it helps me get just very detailed and very specific with it. So do that for me tonight. Go ahead and write down your journal. Just start with at least pick one thing, like one of those 3 categories, either your health, your finances, or your personal development, and just journal that part of your day so that you can pick one goal and go through tonight. So from what you journal tonight, go ahead and pick a goal. So if you want to have 3 months of savings, or if you want to wake up early and do something for personal development, or just go ahead and do that, and then set your goal for that, okay? And then we'll talk more about it tomorrow. All right. Subscribe, share this, tell people about it. Also, go to wherever you listen to podcasts and listen to my podcast. It's called Precious Moments Live. But subscribe and hit the notification bell, okay? Thank you. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.